welcome back to a new video. So, I'm currently filming this, it's 7:30 in the evening on the 14th of November, and I'm filming this now because I'm doing a photo shoot tomorrow. This is a behind the scenes video. It's going to be a big one, so you're going to want to stick around. But yeah, I've got an early start tomorrow, so I don't have time to film this in the morning. So we're filming it now. So if you've been around for a while, if you've been watching the vlogs, you'll know that I recently started university, and I am about a week away from my final project for this unit. It's all moving very quickly. I'm realising that's kind of the thing at university. Things move very quickly. And I am also incredibly behind because I was sick for about 2 weeks. So yeah, a little bit stressed, got a lot to do, but we're making it work. And yeah, this behind the scenes video is going to be all about the final shoot. I will tell you all about it in a second. But yeah, it's going to be the big final shoot. I did do a behind the scenes video, kind of some preliminary shoots, doing lighting tests and stuff. Maybe last week. For me, I filmed that video like a month ago, but in theory, if everything goes to plan, that video should have gone up last Wednesday. But no promises. This video will go up whenever it goes up. I'm quite busy at the moment, so just bear with me. But anyway, the subject of this shoot is, well, our concept was binary concepts. We had a whole big long list of things to choose from, and the binary concept that I chose was time and timeless. For multiple reasons, I don't really have time to explain it in detail, else this would be like a 50-minute video, and I don't want that because I don't have time to edit a 50-minute video because, did I mention that I'm busy? Because I'm busy. But essentially, the brief is very wide. We can interpret it however the hell we like. And so the way I interpreted it was I did a whole load of research into like time theory and stuff, which is like really complicated. So it's really interesting, but don't look into it if you don't want to have an existential crisis because, yeah, it's a little bit existential, but we're moving past that. But essentially, the theme of my shoot is we're kind of going with a time theme and kind of like the idea of death is the only thing that's certain and permanent, which is a little bit heavy, but the photos themselves aren't going to be heavy. I'm sure I'll be putting some pictures up on screen now of what the vibe is and kind of some sketches and stuff of things I'm trying to create, but basically I'm going with a very kind of light monochromatic aesthetic, kind of like a dreamy, I want it to kind of look like you're dreaming it. I'm not really sure how that's working, but we're gonna make it work. And yeah, I've done a whole lot of prep. I am quite behind, so I've done a lot of prep, but I don't feel prepared. But yeah, I am going to the beach. My parents are driving up, like literally as we speak. Pretty much, they're on their way, because I don't have a car, so I can't drive to the beach. It's about an hour away. And yeah, we've got an early start tomorrow. They're aiming to be at my house for about 7:30 to 8. We're hoping to be on the road at 8 because high tide is at about 10. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, but ultimately it depends how things work out. For this evening, I'm hoping to just get all of my stuff together because I have a lot of stuff that I'm bringing. I've got a whole load of props. I made an outfit. I've got like, I made a necklace. I made like a mask with feathers on it. And of course I need to pack all of my camera equipment, some of which I'm filming on right now, so kind of got to wait a bit to do that. You know, I've also got to pack like snacks and water and stuff because we're going to be out all day. You know, blankets and towels because we're going to be on the beach. I need to bring a spare change of clothes. There's a lot I've got to pack. So yeah, packing and finishing any prep is the plan for this evening. And then I'm just going to go straight to bed because I've got to get up at 5 so that I can get everything done in the morning. And then aside from, you know, kind of packing and prepping tonight and then getting ready in the morning with, you know, getting dressed, makeup, etc., the only other thing we have to do is cross our fingers that it is not going to rain. Now, as it stands, the weather forecast isn't looking great. However, I don't have any other options. This is the only day that my parents were both free so they can, you know, drive up because I can't get there without them. And also, like, I'm so short on time, it's due in like 11 days. So we can't reschedule. So if it doesn't work, I'm literally gonna have to come up with something completely different in like a week. So yeah, everyone retrospectively cross your fingers for me. Because yeah, if it rains, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But regardless of whether it rains or not, you'll get to see the outcome. So for now, I'm going to finish this intro and get to packing because you can't see it, but I literally have like 5 bags to my left here that I need to sort stuff out in. I've got stuff all around the house that I need to go and pick up and collect. I have a massive long list, literally like a whole A4 page long list of things I need to bring. So I am going to do that, and I will see you in the morning when I'm getting ready to go out to the shoot. Okay, it has been a while since I filmed this. I got quite caught up with work, university, all of that. I was running very behind on that deadline, so I just had to focus on that pretty much. And then it's been Christmas, so yeah, I'm currently filming this on the 1st of January 2023, so it's been a while. But I am finally getting around to editing this video, so let's talk about how the shoot went. I didn't manage to film as much as I wanted to, and that is because it poured it down with rain. Yeah. The weather was absolutely horrific. It was blowing a gale. It was actually, I mean, it felt like it was like the windiest it could possibly get. It was so windy, which on the one hand it kind of worked out because it made some nice movement with my dress, but that's the only thing it helped with. And honestly, it's quite easy to make movement with your dress and then just edit that in afterwards. And yeah, it was raining the entire time. The weather, honestly, like, we got there and we had maybe like 3 minutes before it started raining, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse the longer we stayed there. So we had to work fast, like really fast. Shout out to my parents for, you know, coming all the way up here and doing that with me. And yeah, they were great. Some of the filming isn't great because I got my mum to do that, but she tried her best. And I thank her for that. So yes, a lot of the footage you saw was what my mum was filming. But yeah, it was a difficult shoot to do because the weather was awful, but there was nothing we could do. We couldn't reschedule it or anything because my parents had to come all the way up. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. So yeah, we had to do it right there and then. And honestly, I had a deadline, so there was no time to reschedule. To be completely honest, I am kind of disappointed with how the photos turned out because I had this really cool idea, and had the weather been okay, I mean, even if it was windy, if it hadn't have rained and it was just, an all right day, it would have been so much better. Like, I had all of these ideas, but we had to work so fast that I wasn't able to really stop and look at the photos. I just had to go, yeah, okay, that'll do, and move on to the next shot. I just had to get them really, really quickly. We couldn't use any of the flowers or anything because, like I said, it was so windy, like unbelievably windy, that, if I'd got the flowers out of the bag, they would have all just flown away immediately. Especially the dried ones, because, dried flowers are really fragile. So yeah, they would have like disintegrated with the wind. So I couldn't use them, which meant I had to do some extra shoots at home and edit them in, which is awful. I hate having to edit stuff in. It's always better to do it in camera, in situ, but there was nothing I could do because I cannot control the weather. So, I mean, all things considered, I think I did a pretty good job with the terrible weather that was thrown at me. And also typically, as soon as I had, like literally the second I'd submitted my project, the day after, blazing sunshine. So yeah, it was terrible weather right up until I submitted that project. So if you ever wanted to know what my luck was like, there you go. But yeah, I think I did all right considering the weather and just, we had to move so fast. There wasn't any time to do anything. We couldn't use half the props and everything. I think I did okay. There are some photos that are definitely my favourites that I do like. I mean, they could still be way better had I had time to perfect them and, use all the extra stuff I'd bought. And then there are some that I honestly really don't like, but I had to submit 8 images, so I kind of just had to go with it. And I mean, I was even debating whether or not I wanted to upload this video because I'm not happy with how they came out. I can do so much better, and if I'd had more time, if it wasn't on a deadline and we could have just gone back another day, we could have rescheduled because we knew it was going to rain, so it was just kind of see how fast we can get it done. So we could have rescheduled, we could have done it another time, but obviously we were on a deadline. I didn't have time to do that, so we had to just go with it. And I know I could do it so much better, and I'm disappointed that they didn't come out how I envisioned them, because I know that I could do that. It just didn't work out this time. So yeah, I was debating whether or not to put this up because I'm just not that happy with most of them, but I want to be real, and honestly, shit happens, stuff does not go to plan, in fact, like 90% of the time. And most of the time you can work around that stuff, if you don't have a prop or something breaks, or I don't know, there's people in the way, those are fairly easily figured out, like you can edit people out of photos really easily, but like the weather, I can't control that. Like, there's absolutely nothing I could do, and it was, it wasn't just like a light spattering of rain, it was pouring it down by the end, it was blowing a gale, this was extreme storm weather, and there was nothing I could do about that. And sometimes that happens, and I think we just kind of have to move on. But I did get 70% for the project, which is an A/first. Which I don't really understand university grades yet. They're a bit weird, and also because, I've just come from like GCSEs and everything where they switched over to the numbers, which is terrible. I hate the numbers so much. And then I went to college where we did like merit and distinction and stuff, and now we're going back to letters and firsts, which I don't even know what that means. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but it's a good result considering how short on time I was, how much of a disaster this shoot was. And also how behind I was because I was so sick for several weeks. So although they didn't come out how I wanted them to, I'd say I did a pretty good job, all things considered. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say. I am now moving on to my next project. I have several going on at once. This is a big unit, so you can expect some more behind the scenes videos coming. And we're doing most of these inside this time, so I won't have to worry about the weather. So hopefully they'll come out a little bit better. But stick around if you want to see that. I also have something very exciting happening in a few days when I'm filming this, but I think it will have already happened by the time you see this video. No, it won't have actually. No, that vlog will be going up in a few days. So stick around if you want to see that very exciting thing that's happening in a couple of days' time, because I'm extremely excited about it. And yeah, also stick around if you want to see more photo shoots to come that will hopefully go a little bit better, as well as reviews. I am going to be filming the onesie review in a couple of days, and I promise I will. I promise. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless, even though it didn't exactly go to plan. So yeah, like it if you did, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you in the next video.